Chapter 4. The Black Archive.
I still hear it. I will hear it until I die. Dr. Wren told me there was one place left. The Black Archive, the true originals, the stories before they were cleaned. We reached it through a blast door at the bottom of the facility. The room beyond was circular. It was lined from floor to ceiling with film reels, binders, photographs, tapes, and hard drives. At the center was a broadcast console.
This is how they distributed the approved versions.
To who?
Publishers, schools, libraries, media companies, hospitals, anywhere children learn stories.
Why bring me here?
Because the Purge team is coming to destroy it.
Why? She looked at the ceiling. Above us, something massive groaned.
The stories are waking up.
Sound effect. Monitor flickers on. A monitor flickered on by itself. Director Voss appeared on the screen. Red lights flashed behind her.
Mara, Dr. Wren has told you enough to make us look evil. So allow me to tell you the part she left out.
The screen changed. Graphs appeared. Death counts. Missing children. Recurrence maps.
When people believe too strongly in these entities, incidents increase. When details spread, behavior changes. Children test the rules. Adults go hunting for proof. The stories become pathways.
The screen showed footage of the wolf chamber. It was empty.
The public versions were not lies. They were vaccines, small doses of fear, enough to teach caution, not enough to invite contact.
She is not completely wrong.
I hated her for saying it. Voss leaned closer to the camera.
If you release the raw files, you will not free the world. You will infect it with context. Every parent who reads these stories differently will give them shape. Every child who asks if the wolf is real will make the woods listen.
The ceiling cracked. Dust fell across the archive. A root punched through the concrete above us. Then another. Thick, green, wet roots twisted down through the steel-like fingers. Dr. Wren looked up in horror.
The beanstalk shaft.
Sound effect. 3 massive knocks. From somewhere above us came a sound so deep my teeth hurt. Knocking. 3 loud sounds came from the other side of the ceiling. The monitor went black. The broadcast console lit up. Every file in the archive appeared on the screen. Red Hood, Cinder, Mirror, Briar, Gingerbread, Pan, Pigs, Bears, Beanstalk, and Ben. His file was open. At the bottom, a note blinked. Public version, never issued. Subject family retained memory too strongly. Mara. I understood then. They could not turn Ben into a fairy tale because I never stopped remembering him as real. That was why the box came to me. That was why the facility opened. That was why every hallway knew my name. Not because the government chose me, because the stories did. Chapter 5. The Upload.
Dr. Wren, Mara, listen to me. If you upload everything, people will die.
If I do not? She looked around the archive, at the rewritten dead, at the stolen children, at the government-approved nightmares dressed in nursery rhyme clothes. Then she said,
Then they keep deciding whose truth gets buried.
The ceiling split wider. Something enormous shifted above us. A single golden egg fell through the crack. It hit the floor hard, then it rolled to my feet. Something inside it tapped back. I sat at the console. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely type. Dr. Wren stood behind me and sealed the archive door. From the speaker, my mother's voice returned.
Mara, sweetheart, do not do this. Please, I want to come home.
You know how the story ends.
I started the upload. Files streamed onto every server connected to the old distribution network. Every raw incident, every witness tape, every photograph, every public version beside the truth, it replaced. The government did not bury the fairy tales. It redacted them, and I unredacted them. The last file I uploaded was Ben's. As it transferred, the nursery window appeared on every screen in the room. Ben stood behind the glass. He looked sad. Older now. Only for a second.
Mara.
I put my hand on the screen. I am sorry. He smiled like my brother. Mara. Not like the thing wearing him, like Ben. Then he said,
Do not read the next file out loud.
The upload hit 100%. The facility lost power. I do not remember escaping. I remember emergency lights, roots moving in the walls, glass breaking somewhere far away, a woman singing a lullaby from a room full of sleeping nurses, a wolf laughing in my father's voice, Dr. Wren pushing me through a service hatch and screaming for me to run, then cold rain, then trees, then the clinic behind me collapsing inward like the ground was swallowing it. Chapter 6. The Motel Room. I made it to a motel 2 towns over. I uploaded the files to every site I could. Most people are calling it fake. Mara, a creepypasta. That is fine. That might even be safer. But some people believe it. A woman in Oregon commented that her grandmother told her never to answer if someone called her name from the tree line. A man in Ohio said his grandfather kept every mirror covered after sunset. A teacher in Maine said one of her students drew a candy house before disappearing from recess. And 12 minutes ago, someone sent me a video. It showed a little boy standing at his bedroom window. Outside, floating just beyond the glass, was a shadow with no body. The boy whispered,
Is Neverland real? Only if you want it to be.
There is someone outside my motel room now. They have been knocking for 10 minutes. Not loud, not angry, just 3 soft knocks, then silence, then 3 more. A woman at the door keeps saying she is from housekeeping, but it is 3:21 in the morning, and the motel does not have housekeeping. The worst part is, she sounds exactly like my mother.
Housekeeping. Mara, open the door.
I am going to leave this recording running until the scheduled upload finishes, so listen carefully. If you hear someone you love calling from another room tonight, do not answer right away. Wait, listen, ask yourself one question. Did they call your name once, or did the story call it first? Because the bedtime stories were never stories, they were warnings, and now that you know that, they know you heard them. There is one more thing. A new file just appeared on my laptop. I did not download it, I did not open it, but the title is already on the screen. Cinderella's Slipper, Unlocked. And underneath it, there is a message, only 6 words.
She left it there for you.
The knocking has stopped now. The woman outside my door is not pretending to be housekeeping anymore. She is humming, a soft little tune, the same lullaby my mother used to sing before bed. And now, something is sliding a keycard under my door. Sound effect, keycard sliding under door. Mara, the keycard is still lying there. I have not touched it. I have not opened the door, and I have not opened the file. But the title is still glowing on my screen, Cinderella's Slipper, Unlocked.
She left it there for you.
If this story pulled you in, leave a like, subscribe to Narrated Nightmares, and tell me your theories in the comments. Was Ben really trying to warn me? Did the government protect us, or feed the stories just enough to keep them alive? And if you have a true scary story, an original horror story, or something you swear happened to you, send it to narratednightmarex@gmail.com. Your nightmare could be the next one narrated here. Sound effect, 3 soft knocks.
You've been listening to Narrated Nightmares.
Until next time, lock your doors, check your mirrors, and if someone you love calls your name from the dark,
Do not answer.
You've been listening to Narrated Nightmares.